For decades, India navigated the world stage with a policy of non-alignment, a legacy of its post-colonial era. But a dramatic shift is underway. Geopolitical trends indicate a recalibration as India, under Prime Minister Narendra Modi, actively asserts its strategic autonomy and economic might, fundamentally altering how the world perceives and engages with this ancient civilization. The quiet giant is now a global power player. Analysts suggest that Modi's foreign policy, often dubbed multi-alignment, has been instrumental. Moving beyond traditional blocs, India now engages with diverse partners, from the Quad to BRICS, balancing competing interests with remarkable dexterity. This strategic flexibility allows New Delhi to maximize its leverage, securing vital economic and security interests across a complex global chessboard. Economically, India's trajectory is undeniable. Projected to become the world's third largest economy by 2027, its massive consumer market and burgeoning digital infrastructure attract unprecedented global investment. Strategic data points to robust growth, driven by reforms and a focus on manufacturing, making India an indispensable hub for global supply chains and a magnet for capital. India's push for economic corridors and connectivity initiatives, like the International North-South Transport Corridor and various regional projects, is transforming trade routes. These ambitious ventures aim to reduce transit times and costs, strengthening regional integration and asserting India's role as a pivotal link in Eurasian and Indo-Pacific commerce, challenging established global logistics networks. The Indo-Pacific region, a crucible of 21st-century geopolitics, sees India as a critical balancer. Strategic data highlights India's deepening engagement with the Quad, comprising the US, Japan, and Australia, enhancing maritime security and promoting a free and open Indo-Pacific. This partnership underscores a shared vision for regional stability and economic prosperity. Beyond Western alliances, India actively engages with the Global South, advocating for developing nations' interests in forums like the G20 and BRICS. Analysts suggest this dual approach allows India to maintain its strategic autonomy while building consensus on global issues, from climate change to digital governance, solidifying its leadership among emerging economies. Resource control is another critical dimension. India's quest for energy security drives investments in renewable energy and strategic partnerships for oil and gas. Furthermore, securing access to critical minerals, essential for its burgeoning tech and defense sectors, dictates significant diplomatic efforts, reflecting a proactive strategy to bolster its industrial base. India's military strategy has also evolved, focusing on indigenous defense production and modernization. Strategic data points to increased defense spending and a drive towards self-reliance, significantly bolstering its conventional capabilities. This strengthens its deterrent posture and enhances its role as a net security provider in the Indian Ocean region. The Indian Ocean region remains India's primary strategic backyard. Geopolitical trends indicate an enhanced naval presence and diplomatic outreach to island nations, safeguarding vital sea lanes and countering extra-regional influences. This proactive stance ensures regional stability and protects India's economic and security interests in critical maritime zones. India's soft power, rooted in its rich cultural heritage of yoga, Ayurveda, and vibrant festivals, has also seen a resurgence. PM Modi's emphasis on cultural diplomacy amplifies India's global appeal, fostering goodwill and strengthening people-to-people connections. This cultural outreach complements its hard power, projecting a holistic image on the world stage. The digital revolution, spearheaded by initiatives like Digital India and the Unified Payments Interface (UPI), has positioned India as a global leader in digital public infrastructure. Analysts suggest this innovation is not only transforming its domestic economy but also offering a scalable model for other developing nations, extending India's technological influence worldwide. However, India's rise is not without its complexities. Navigating the great power rivalry between the US and China requires constant diplomatic finesse. Maintaining strategic autonomy while forging robust partnerships is a delicate balancing act, crucial for safeguarding its national interests amidst a rapidly shifting global order. Geopolitical trends indicate India's unwavering commitment to multilateralism, often championing reforms in global institutions to reflect current power realities. This advocacy for a more equitable global governance structure solidifies its role as a responsible stakeholder, seeking collective solutions to shared challenges, from pandemics to economic crises. India's proactive vaccine diplomacy during the pandemic, supplying critical medical aid globally, showcased its capacity as a humanitarian leader and a reliable partner. This Vaccine Maitri initiative not only saved lives but also significantly enhanced India's soft power and diplomatic standing, projecting an image of compassion and global responsibility. Ultimately, PM Modi's tenure has marked a decisive pivot, transforming India from a nation often viewed through the lens of its challenges to one recognized for its immense potential and strategic indispensability. This reimagined India is not merely adapting to global changes, but actively shaping them, charting its own course in an increasingly multipolar world. As India continues its ascent, its influence will only grow, impacting everything from global trade to security architectures. The question is no longer if India will be a major power, but how profoundly its unique blend of democracy, economic dynamism, and strategic autonomy will reshape the very fabric of 21st-century international relations. What lies ahead for this rising giant?